Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, World of Tanks Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Foch 155. This is a Tier 10 French tech tree tank destroyer. It's a vehicle which features a double shotgun that also got tungsten. Yep, this is going to be quite fun. This tank is going to be able to deal a very whopping 1100 damage, almost 1200 in 2 shells in a very short burst of time. Not only that, but the vehicle also received gear oil in the latest update of the game, allowing it to now go 4 kilometers per hour faster in top speed, so 54, and now 17 in reverse instead of the base 13. The reverse speed is really where the Foch just got a massive buff, because reversing fast in heavies or tank destroyers is huge. When you don't have a turret, you need to be able to get out of a situation you've placed yourself in before opponents start to rip into your weak spots. And for the Foch, that was always a big problem, because your track wheels are the weak spot. So if you're trying to back up and somebody tracks you, not only is it going to pen, but it's going to lock you down. But now that the vehicle reverses quite a bit faster, that is going to massively help in the playstyle. I am quite struck between running the single shot on this vehicle and the double shot, because the double shot's going to be great with tungsten, but the single shot fires AP standard, which AP got a buff in the latest update, so the tank is over 300 mils of AP pen, and honestly might be a lot more effective, especially because you can still run adrenaline on the single shotgun, so you can literally pair tungsten and adrenaline on the single shot and get a ridiculous amount of damage per minute. So it's very tricky for me to decide, and I think we're going to do a game with each gun. We're going to do a game with the double shot, we're going to see how it works out, and then we're going to swap over to the single shot and see what feels more comfortable, what in general feels more capable. So we have the enemy E50M in front of me, and well, we activate our tungsten. There's 1 shell, and there's 2. That right there was quite a monstrous amount of damage dealt. And look at that reverse speed. We're actually able to back up. That was 1164 dumped off of that E50M. And that's where tungsten does feel quite dangerous. So, yeah, in that regard, I do have to say this is quite a dangerous vehicle. All right, well, we are hearing some shots fired at our teammates. I'm going to go fully wide here. And holy is the mobility on the Foch insane. All right, well, looks like for now I'm just going to wait for one of my teammates to spot. Oh, we actually have the AMX 5120 right in front. There you go, 1 nice shell into his tank. And, let's see. We're not able to hit the Leopard from this angle. And, looks like the BZ isn't going to poke, so we might as well just reload at this point. Man, that reverse speed, though, it just turned the Foch from kind of mid into kind of amazing. Alright, well, we are going to go wide now, and we'll see what happens. They do have a 1-2-1, which is obviously a threat, but not that big of a threat. We're going to sit right here where that Leopard is poking, aiming, and chunk. There you go. 448 into the enemy Leopard, and chunk. There you go. 496. So we've already dealt 2600 damage, which is quite good. The double shot on this tank, when able to actually work, does a lot. People don't realize that. Like, this gun actually has some very, very dangerous damage output, and it does allow you to actually do quite well. We are now going to flank behind the enemy BZ-68. We're going to see if I can get some damage out into his vehicle. That's the plan, at least, and that's what we're going to try and do. So let's get right behind the BZ, and we're going to activate our tungsten as well. We're going to load in an HE, 723 damaging shell into his rear, and another 727. Holy juice. That was a 1400 HE into his rear in just a few short seconds there. And that BZ-68 is not enjoying life at all anymore. Holy insane. Alright, well, we're going to make our way behind the enemy Chieftain Mark 6, and we're going to aim in a shell. There you go, easy shot into the enemy Chieftain. We also have the 1-2-1, and bye-bye to the 1-2-1. Okay, well, we are up to 4,500 damage at this point. All that's left is the 57 Heavy and the AMX 5120. Well, we only have a couple seconds left on our reload as it is, and we're just going to push the enemy AMX if we can. 3, 2, 1, and there is 1 shell. Unfortunately, that one does not end up penning, but at least we do get a second shell out into the AMX, and we are going to back up before he has the shell on us. Okay, not that big of a deal. Wow, that Leopard hits us, though, and that's actually quite cringe. I don't want to have to waste a shell on this player, but it looks like we are going to have to, because, yeah, we don't really have much of a choice. So let's just shoot him once. I'm going to reload the clip. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to get any more damage out, but I'm really hoping that we can. But I don't know. I don't know if this 57 even has a shot, so yeah, this was... I should have just shot my second shell. I would have gotten an additional 500, but it's not that big of a deal. We did our job. We did fine. We got 3 kills, and we did plenty of damage. We got very unlucky that our one shot did not end up penetrating the AMX, as we would have done literally like 67, maybe 7,000 damage. Yeah, that was quite an insane game. You know what? I'm just going to stick with the double shot and try it again and see how it works. Yeah, with Tungsten, this gun feels a little ridiculous. And that's kind of what I expected it to be, because the double shot was already strong. And when you give an autoloader a basically just massive increase in its damage, it's quite ridiculous. So here we are, game number 2. You're up against 2 Foches, and I know the one player, he's actually quite good at the game. So this could be a Sussler battle, but I guess we're going to find out. We have a 183, a Yag. We do have some decent heavies, so we'll see what actually ends up happening here. Now, the Foch is going to be faster, but you're still going to have to be very careful on your positioning, because it's going to be quite easy to make a misplay and fall apart. Alright, let's tell our team we're heading over to this way. Look at that mobility, though. Already 52, 53, 54 kilometers per hour. That is insane. The speed on this tank is crazy. Alrighty. Well, we are indeed heading over here. I don't want to over-aggress, but at the same time, I feel like going wide is obviously the play. So we're going to activate our Tungsten. There's one 550 shell into the enemy Sheridan. There's another 570, just like that. The Sheridan has obviously been bled out quite a bit, but the Sheridan appears to not really care about us. I don't want to back up too far to the point where the enemy can really hit me, so we're going to chill right here. At this point, I just kind of need to pull up. I really... oh, thank God he doesn't pen it. Okay, that's good, and bye-bye. Alright, no more Sheridan for us to deal with. Okay, that was pretty good. I was really worried that the Sheridan was going to bleed us out a lot, but obviously that was not actually the case. Okay, well, pretty good stuff. We can see that there's a Foch in our spawn, and we also have the Minnow over here, and that guy gets bled out. I don't know what this BZ's doing, but he's not doing a great job at it. Alright, let's just see who we can shoot, maybe. We got the Rhino. There you go. A non-penning shell into the side of the Rhino. Little unfortunate, but not that big of a deal. If he does poke again, maybe, just maybe we'll be able to get a shell. Ah! That Rhino has a very odd haul, and the way it's angled makes it very peculiar to shoot. So that's something you're going to have to keep in mind when aiming in on that tank. We're going to get wide, though, and we're going to get... oh, okay, well, that's pretty bad. Well, if I see what's going on here, I'm going to ignore the enemy Foch. I'm going to head wide into an angle where they can't hit me. And let's just hope that our team gets out some good bleeds. Nice. Okay, that player's dead. We're going to push up, and we're going to see if I can clear the enemy Minnow. Ah, 0 damage, high explosive. That makes sense. Thanks, Wargaming. Well, we're going to load in a heat shell, and that one obviously will end up penetrating his tank. We have the Leopard on the rear. We have the STB running away. We're going to try and run down this STB if we can. But we're going to find out how that actually ends up working out. Just full speed ahead is what we're doing right now. Let's see. Come here, STB. And there is one Tungsten shell into his tank. He's going to obviously try to maneuver behind, but he backs right into the BZ, which is not exactly what he wants. And we're just going to back up. We're going to get another Tungsten shell into his tank. The STB bounces us again. Pretty good stuff. What I'm hoping right now is that I can just kind of push the STB, and the BZ will be able to clear him. But I guess we're going to have to find out, because this is not ideal. Not for us, at least, at all. Alright, well, we got the Foch in front, and we're going to aim in one shell into his lower plate. And if we're going to die, we might as well try and get one more out. There you go. Another 500 shot. That was a pretty good game. Honestly, I have no complaints about this gun. I mean, the tank worked fine. We did our job. Unfortunately, our team did not take advantage of the enemy. Our team needed to push right into the medium flank. And what happened was they just let the Foch's flank and kill them. To be fair, that's our 183's fault and everything like that. I mean, you shouldn't drive a 183 to begin with. But, yeah, our tank destroyers got obliterated. And the moment that our team fell apart, it was over. But we did top in the team. We did 3,740 damage. The reverse speed, paired with the Tungsten, is incredible. And I have to say the Foch might be one of the stronger tier 10s at this point. I mean, the vehicle just feels absolutely insane. When you pair that with the fact the vehicle now has 420 mils of heat pen, it is quite ridiculous. I would definitely say this is a fun vehicle to grind. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. And obviously, if you enjoyed this content, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.